up? What up? What up? Welcome to the
What
Lions.
up? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
I said, welcome to the Lions Den. It's your boy E.Daniels. Sit with the young gun.
Javier Lamar.
Why'd you do that?
I'm excited.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like jump rope.
Yeah,
You were
I'm
like trying to.
sorry.
I normally
so-
do the intro.
That is true. Why do
Yeah.
you always do the intro though?
I'm the dad.
Oh, okay.
Like, I was
Gotcha.
here first.
Gotcha.
Hey, look, before we get started, hey, make sure you subscribe and like this video. Like button, subscribe, all those
Yeah.
things. Because we need that. Because I got to pay bills.
Yeah.
Because he's still growing. And
Sure.
we're putting
Yeah.
him
I
through
need
his-
my allowance. For,
Yeah.
for
So
the
without
month.
your subscription and your likes, he don't get no allowance.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's not fun.
we trying to help America
That's
out.
not fun.
How you been, man?
I've been good.
Oh, look at them
I've been good.
Jordans.
Look at yours.
No, look at yours.
Sure.
They're shiny.
Yeah. This is a gift actually.
Were they?
Yeah. So thank you.
I remember
I
that
appreciate
kid.
it. Yeah,
How many-
these were like game worn. You gave these to me like off your feet. We were
I
at
did.
a
I was at a retreat.
yeah, we were at a retreat
Yeah.
and you had these on and he was like, "Hey, do you want these?"
How did it make you
I
feel?
was like, I feel like you was like Kobe or somebody after dropping 50 and took them off your feet and gave it to a fan. I said, I appreciate it. It's the perks of
But the
wearing the same
craziest part,
size.
because I was going to give them to you when I bought them.
You
I
did
bought
say
them.
that.
And I said, yeah, just
You
yeah.
did say that.
I missed
These
the
are nice.
opportunity, but
I like
then
them.
it came back around.
I appreciate it.
How's life?
Life is good.
Yeah.
Life is good. We're back in that season for us. One of our favorite hobbies.
Fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in fishing season. So
Yeah.
it's been good to get out there
Yeah.
a few times.
What's your favorite part about fishing?
I think we talked about this before, but the thrill of catching a fish
It is a thrill.
is like none other. Especially when you like been waiting for a while
Yeah.
and you finally get the fish. Yeah, that's a dope feeling.
So how do you take like the art of fishing
Mhm.
and apply it to like life? Like we had to like apply
Yeah.
that to like a life principle thing.
I would say some things are worth the wait,
Ooh,
right? Like
come on,
there's
worth the wait.
there's some things that we have to be patient for, um, and the return on that
Yeah.
is so much better because we wait. I always think about like a microwave meal
Mm-hmm.
versus like Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
right? I think part of why Thanksgiving is so good is because it's been preparing for days and nights and
Oh,
marinating. So when that day actually comes, it's like, man, this was worth the wait. So I think that's
yeah.
a principle. 'Cause I don't think we like delayed gratification
Delayed gratification. No, we don't.
where we gotta
We
wait.
want
We
everything like
want
right
everything right
now.
now. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, that's probably the thing that stands out the most about fishing
Mm.
in terms of life application. What about for
So
you?
I was thinking something on the polar opposite.
Hmm.
Last time I went fishing, I was trying different lures or baits. So I would do like you'd use a worm,
Yeah.
use like the nugget joints,
Hmm.
there's some plastic worms,
Yeah.
and I was thinking like as it relates to the fish being lured in and dragged away.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I had like a moment, like I'm
Yeah.
fishing, right? And then I'm reminded of it's a passage in the Bible, the thing that's in you that draws and entices, pulls from what's in you.
Yeah.
And I just got really convicted, like, yo, I'm like, what things am I being lured away by?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
there isn't like a commitment to some of these things that I should be doing.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like a fish, man. I
Yeah.
feel like here's some bait. I'm gonna drag you away,
Yeah.
but there's a hook on the end of that thing,
Yeah.
and that hook like leads to destruction. Like so,
Hmm.
but I love that perspective though. But I think the last time I went fishing,
Hmm.
I was just thinking about like I don't want to be hooked.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't want to see something that's attractive, to see
Yep.
something like looks good, and then you grab it, and all of a sudden you just hooked.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think initially we don't see the hook, or we're more consumed with the bait,
Yeah,
right? Where it's
yeah,
I think that's how we get into like where Paul talks a lot about really not take advantage of God's
sure,
grace,
yeah.
where we say, well, even if I get hooked, I can always get unhooked,
That's
right?
like the
And
most
but that's
dangerous
dangerous.
thing to say. Like,
That's dangerous. Yeah.
because I was thinking before we started, I was thinking about something. When I was younger,
Mm.
um, uh, like like addictions are like real,
Yeah.
right? And I
Yeah.
think when things happen at an early age, like it takes a minute. eh, It takes a minute to break free from different levels of addiction.
Sure.
And I was thinking about that space, like, yo, what does that look like? Even as I'm thinking about fishing, like,
Mm.
I don't want anything to always linger and just pull me away
Mm.
when I'm like trying to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's really it's really important. Um, and it's crazy how much we can, and really I think it's God's design
Yeah,
that there are so many things just in life and nature that points back to Him.
yeah.
Ways that we're able to see biblical concepts, biblical truths um, that just apply. Like I remember I was watching Avengers Endgame,
Avengers Endgame. That's a great movie.
and I'm watching the movie, and they get to a point like at this point Thor they lost to Thanos,
Hmm.
and Thor is taking it real hard. Um, so they're traveling back in time,
Mm.
and he encounters his mom, and
Yes, I remember that scene. Yeah.
yeah, and his mom tells him, um, like, you don't have to strive, you just have to be who you are. Like, remember who you are. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're the king of Asgard. And that was the thing that allowed him to, get his life together, get back on track.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the movie, and I'm like tearing up watching the movie because I'm like, wait, I'm
I
like,
got to get my life
I
back.
just got to be who I am. Like I don't have to strive.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty in the picture. One of my favorite passages over the last few months has been Jesus getting baptized,
Hmm.
and God the Father uses that as opportunity
Yeah.
to say, "Hey, this is my son. I'm proud of him."
Yeah. Yeah.
And the timing of that, right, is before Jesus did anything. His
Yeah.
ministry didn't start. So the first thing that he hears is his father stamping him and say, "Hey, before you even do anything, just know I love you. I'm
Yeah.
proud of you."
Affirmation is like critical and crucial to like life, just in
Yeah,
general. Especially like even in like father and son dynamic
sure.
of making sure there's a constant space that we're always affirming and
Hmm.
not like always nitpicking
Yeah.
at like the differences or the things that we don't do right.
Mm.
I had a question for you. I was thinking,
Yeah.
when it comes to like disappointment,
Hmm.
um, tell me one time like you were like really just disappointed,
Hmm.
and it could be anything. It could be.
Yeah. It's a good question.
Are you like copying me? Because I have
No,
my
I
foot
think
up on the joint, and then
yeah,
I
I don't
cross
know.
my leg, and then you just crossed your leg,
I
and
don't know. We tend to mirror each other a lot.
that's,
I find
that's weird. I'll just look down like you
like I
got the leg
was I
crossed.
was watching the first episode back and
Okay,
or,
yeah.
or some of the previous ones back. Um and seeing the way we like I think somebody said it's weird, it seems like they're watching the same person twice. And
Wow.
I was like,
How do you feel about that?
um
You can be honest.
yeah.
Is that
When I was younger, it used to annoy me.
did it annoy you? I
It did.
annoyed you.
No, not you,
Oh
but
wow.
the
Okay.
fact that I don't know if you remember this, but my kindergarten teacher didn't call
Oh,
me my name.
she
She didn't call me Davir. She called me Lil Ernie.
yeah
My
yeah.
name is not Ernest Daniels the,
The
the
third.
third. I'm not. My name is Davir. But she never called me that. It was always, "Hey, Lil Ernie, how you?"
Oh.
I'm like, "All right," and that kind of just followed, throughout just growing up. But I realized sometimes people just don't know what to say, and I realized that really it's a
It's a
compliment,
compliment, yeah. So
right?
when did you embrace that though?
Um, when did I embrace that? Honestly, within the last few years or so.
Wait, just the last few years?
Yeah,
Like
within the
like three?
last with probably when did I graduate from college?
Wow, was that long?
Probably yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
throughout teenage
that's a little
years,
disheartening to hear.
but it was nothing directed to you. I think it was my own search of feeling like, no, I got to be my own person. I
Yeah.
gotta I gotta be my own, man. I gotta make a name for myself. Um, but I realized I think that's a lot of that are things that we don't have to do. Like
Mm,
I think it was rooted in pride, to be honest. Like I just felt like I need to be seen. I need people to
mm,
see me as an individual.
yeah.
But then when you realize that, yeah, that's really rooted in pride and just
Mm,
selfishness.
yeah.
I was able to get out of that and see, well, what a compliment, really.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
when people see me, they like it's a reflection of you, um, which I don't these days. I don't
That's good. I appreciate that.
mind. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, but disappointment.
Yeah.
When have I been between us or just in general?
Well, let's talk about that between us. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Wait, is it like really crazy?
no, no, no,
No,
no. Disappointment between us.
I have a time, but I'll let you.
Well, it's funny because we were just talking about you shared the other day what you've learned with
What have I learned?
with each of with me, with Amanda, with
Yes.
Kate.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Um, and you said what you learned with me was communication.
Sure. Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool because I think times where I've been disappointed were times where I feel like we didn't communicate well. When there were situations
Yes.
that
Yeah.
came up and I felt like maybe I wasn't being heard or you weren't being heard. Um, I think those are the spaces where it's like disappointment would come up.
Mm,
Especially in the I think there's a cultural thing I think in and you can probably speak to this, but like in parenting, where sometimes the space that kids feel is like just do what I say because I said so.
yeah.
So which I think there's a place for that.
Mm,
But I think sometimes the thing that we don't see is how that develops into well now maybe I don't feel the space to be able to say things
yeah.
that I feel
Yeah.
like need to be said because if I talk back, maybe that's like disrespectful. Or
Yeah.
if I share this thing, maybe it's just, you gotta do what I say. So I think those are moments where I think disappointment would come up that we had to
Yeah.
kind of navigate through. But
I think there's a delicate balance between sharing your emotions hard
hmm
and being just like
yeah,
disrespectful, right?
yeah,
So I
yeah,
think
for sure.
like I was sharing this the other day, like we had a couple over the crib
hmm
and
Oh,
there was a little girl, she was eating her food and the mom said, "Hey, such and such, make sure you eat
yeah,
your broccoli." She's like, "You eat it."
yeah,
Like that's not sharing your
yeah.
feelings.
That's
That's
different.
disrespectful,
That's different.
right? So
Yeah,
I think I don't know if I don't I think early on I didn't know if there was a balance in that.
sure.
Like you can share your heart, share your emotions, share your feelings, even talk things out,
Mm,
but there's a way to do it in a way where it's still honorable and respectful. So
yeah,
that was a good one, man. I
yeah.
think I think that was a critical thing for us,
Mm,
just the communication piece. And I think because we're just men,
mhm,
like we're in the same house, and then the
yeah,
older you get, your chest gets a little bigger.
sure.
You feel like and we got to like work on like, how do we coexist, but also still keep like the main thing, the main thing. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So I think from me, when it comes to disappointment, um, I think you already know this time.
I don't know what you're gonna say.
You know,
I don't.
so you were younger.
Oh, I think we have to talk about this. Yeah,
We
yeah,
talked about this
yeah,
once before,
yeah.
but the thing is, it lingered.
Sure,
It
sure.
lingered. You were I forget how old you were,
Yeah.
and I picked you up for the weekend,
hmm
and we were doing something,
Yeah,
and all of a sudden you got upset.
yeah,
I don't know what happened, but you got upset.
yeah,
And the way you would verbalize upset
mm,
is you would or being upset is you just ask to go back home.
yeah,
So you didn't
yeah,
talk.
yeah,
It was just like, take you back home.
yeah.
Like what? Like what you
I'm done. I'm
so
shutting
I'm
down.
done. So I tried to like bribe you and I'm
Sure.
like, and it didn't work. And I was like, you know what? Forgot. Fine, I'll take
Yeah,
you back home.
yeah.
But then I think, and like I think I told you this before, like
hmm
I would always have that in my mind, like
Yeah.
anytime things get like difficult for us,
hmm
like you would just like, I'm done, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it was hard for us to communicate early on.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
That's
I
like
think.
a psychological
Yeah.
thing that I don't think I even realized
Yeah.
like until recently.
Yeah. Yeah. I think because I'm sure in the back of your mind, it's if you were to communicate the way that you would want to,
Mm,
then that may cause me to retreat.
yeah, yeah.
And in the back of my mind, it's like, all right, if I communicate the way I want to, then it's taken as disrespect, and I'm gonna
Sure,
get in more
sure.
trouble.
Yeah.
So let me just be quiet, keep my feelings to myself. Which is honestly, it's like that kind of what you're saying, how it lingers. That doesn't go away.
No.
So even in adulthood, I've had to be really intentional with communicating,
Hmm.
with not allowing that to be the thing that um, lures me into just all right. Well, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna say anything at all, and
yeah.
that's where tension can build up. That's where bitterness can build up, resentment. Um, so yeah, I never want there to be a space where we can't communicate with each other the way that we should.
Yo, so like as a man, young
Mm,
man growing up, even now, developing like your own rhythm of life, all of these things, how do you handle disappointment? Like so
yeah.
like I think there are vices that we have,
hmm
some things that um, that aren't healthy.
Sure.
But what ways have you handled
Mm.
disappointment, or ways are you trying to handle disappointment better?
Yeah, I think for me, the first step is always acknowledging it,
Hmm.
right? I think sometimes um, we experience disappointment or these just these intense emotions, and instead of just letting it out or being aware of it, we just ignore it. And
Yeah.
so I think the first step for me, it was funny. I noticed recently when you look at the word emotion,
Hmm.
emotions, the word itself tells us what they're meant to do,
Mm.
right? If we drop the e, that word
Motion.
becomes
Yeah.
motion.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
my
You smart.
emotions,
Wow.
thank you. I
Smart.
appreciate
Man.
it.
You drop the
So
E. It's
yeah,
emotion. It's
yeah.
emotion.
There you
Like yeah,
go.
because it's
There you
movement.
go.
Yeah. Man. That's
So
good.
that tells us, right?
Yeah.
Like emotions are meant to move. That's move in us, move through us, not stay.
Hmm.
So for me, I try to find ways, how do I allow my emotions to move in and through me so that they don't build up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get a picture of just a river, right? When a river flows, what stops a river is a dam, a
Mhm.
wall that can allow that to build up. So I
I
want
thought
my
I thought you just cursed at me.
no
What stops the
D
rhythm?
A M.
What stops the rhythm? Okay. All right.
That's why I say a wall right after it, so people understand a dam, a wall. You got to put it right together so that there's no
I'm about to say, man,
misunderstandings.
what stops the river? Yeah, like, yeah, like, all right.
But no, let them flow. And what that looks like is just acknowledging, but also sharing.
That's hard,
And
man.
yeah,
I think so. I've handled disappointment in the most unhealthy ways,
hmm,
right? So it's either um, I I I eat
sure,
because I'm an emotional eater.
sure, yeah,
When I'm happy, I eat. When I'm sad, I eat. When I'm disappointed, I just eat
yeah,
more.
right.
Right? So but just on like on some realness, like
Hmm,
um, people go to the men
mhm,
go to the extremes when they face disappointment.
yeah,
You go to alcoholism, you go to pornography, right?
yeah,
Because you're looking for release
hmm,
because something happened to me. I need to release this stuff out of me,
yeah,
and this is really really unhealthy, right? So,
yeah,
and I've been in multiple spaces of feeling disappointment, feeling the hurt, and
mhm,
just needed to like release my mind, release all of the things that happened,
yeah,
and they've become like now just more damaging,
mm,
if anything, because I didn't understand the proper way to like release some of those hurts and
yeah,
emotions, and but
mm,
it's challenging, man. I just wonder how many men don't have an outlet,
a lot,
like the outlet of saying like, "Hey, I'm
yeah,
hurt. Let me just sit and just talk to a brother about this, or so,
yeah,
talk to somebody about this," without the fear of being rejected and
hmm,
feeling like, "Yo, you should know better. You should do better.
yeah,
Why are you struggling with this?
right,
Why you even disappointed because of this? It ain't that big."
yeah,
Because growing up, that's what you're told.
yeah,
Like I remember if you cried because of something, stop crying.
sure, yeah,
Like
yeah.
why? Like I'm like I remember you ever got you didn't get beat. I think
No,
once.
I remember a few times
Don't say that.
specifically.
Don't once or
Yeah,
twice.
that's a few. I remember.
That's a
Yeah.
couple. Once
Okay.
or twice.
Okay.
It's like it's like parents will discipline their kids,
Sure.
and in the middle of it, stop crying.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
bruh, you just hit me,
yeah.
and you want me to stop crying in the
Yeah.
middle of being disciplined.
Or this hurts me more
It
than
does
it hurts
not. That
you. Right.
that's the some of the
I'm like,
things
do
that
you want to test that theory? Let's switch. Let's see.
let's switch.
Let's see what
Yo.
happens.
But as a man, as a
Yeah.
young boy growing up, man up, stop crying.
Sure.
Why are you crying?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a space for us to like, or for me
Hmm.
to like just emote,
Yeah.
to sit and like cry and sit and say, hey
Hmm.
man, this is really hard. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you carry all of those things into adulthood, and then and sometimes men think it's just too
Yeah.
late to process, too late to kind of funnel through some of those emotions.
Yeah. Yeah. It's never too late. And I think kind of off of that, I think a lot of the emotions that we do experience as men, a lot of them are deemed as unacceptable, like you were saying,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
But the emotion that I find that is most acceptable for men to have is usually anger. So the
Mm,
way that we may be experiencing different emotions,
hmm.
but the way that we communicate it is, well, I'm just angry.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, no, you're not angry. You're disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the if you were to go deeper, you would see the disappointment that you feel. the lack of respect that you
Hmm.
maybe feel, all
Hmm.
these things. But I think it's off of, well, I never learned how to express myself in a way that was healthy. So I guess the question I have for you is like, how do you, or how did you get to the place of being able to express emotions in a healthy way, allowing your emotions to move in a
Yeah,
way that's healthy?
I think I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll share this. I think one of the most challenging times in my life, like struggling with depression,
Hmm.
and not having a name for what I was going through.
Yeah.
Right now it's polarized. People talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Mental. But like when I was facing levels of disappointment and needed an outlet, I think the fear of telling someone,
Mm.
for me, it just I didn't want to expose the real me.
Sure.
I'm saying because people place you, man, on as a man, they place you on these huge high pedestals, right?
Hmm.
But as soon as they find a level of imperfection, like you get knocked down, it's like, no, see,
Yeah.
you're not the person that I thought you were. So I
Sure.
think for me,
Mm.
it was just fear, the fear of being exposed in the reality that I'm not as perfect as people think I am.
Yeah.
I think
Mm.
once I got over, and I'm still working through it. Once I got over like this idea of the perfect version of who I am, or who I should be, who I need to pretend to be, or the mask that I put on.
Yeah.
Once I got over that, and I'm still getting climbing over those hurdles.
Yeah.
It was easier for me to open up and just share my struggle, share my
Mm.
hurt, share my disappointment, knowing that those things bring me closer to healing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think, and at the end of the day, I think we just we want to be whole, we want to be healed, we want to be like the person that God kind of created us to be, designed us to be,
Yeah.
be great fathers, great leaders, great husbands, all of those things.
Mm.
But there's some barriers that just prevent us from doing that. I think it's
Yeah.
and for me, it was just fear.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a process,
Yeah,
and everybody may not be there, but I think the encouraging thing is that, like, you can be,
you got to start.
right. Yeah,
Start
so
someplace.
you gotta start somewhere. um yeah, I was at a conference a few months ago, and somebody said something that was just like mind-blowing,
Sure.
and they talked about expressing emotions and how to handle it. And she said that we often try to give ourselves a premature resurrection,
Wow.
right?
Hmm.
So we experience these emotions, but we try to immediately go to, well, I got to keep going forward. I got to get over that, but
Yeah.
we skip the part where I actually acknowledge it. I do something that fills my cup. Um, so even when we looked at that in the context of Jesus' resurrection,
Hmm.
right? He dies on a Friday. With our emotions, we try to skip to Sunday, and we don't experience. God bless you.
Thank
We
you. I
don't.
appreciate you pausing because I was wondering
Yeah.
if I sneeze, would you pause and say God bless you
Bless
in the
you.
moment? But thank you. I appreciate that, man.
But
Yeah.
he dies on the Friday. Saturday was silent,
Sure.
and then he gets up Sunday,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
even for us as men, as people, it's like, man, how can I experience the death or the disappointment, the anger, the emotion on Friday, experience Saturday,
Hmm. Hmm.
acknowledge it,
Yeah.
not stay there,
Yeah.
and still experience Sunday, and
Yeah.
where, man, I'm filled with hope, I'm filled with expectation. um, but it does have to start somewhere, and I
And
think
those,
these conversations help.
I think hope and hopelessness are contagious.
Yeah.
So if you're around people that are full of hope, that's why it's always great to surround yourself with like solid men.
Sure.
Like every guy needs at least 2 to 3 dudes who say, "Look, I got your back. I'm here for you. I'm supporting you." Right.
Yeah.
Um, so I got an idea.
Mhm.
Friend of mine, Mark Booker,
Yeah, yeah.
was telling me that I should write a book.
You should.
I don't know.
What would you write a book about?
So here's the thing. I'm trying to do something with men called the playbook.
I like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
So it's like design plays, but under each play, it's like this is how I navigate these situations in my life.
I like
If it's
that
like
a lot.
depression, if it's like anxiety, if it's sexuality, if it's like
Yeah,
whatever, So I'm working on like what can I do to develop my own playbook.
yeah,
So it'll be from me, but I'll be
mm,
able to give that to you, give that to
yeah,
Kate, give it to the man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I got a question for you though, because
yeah, yeah,
I feel like we got like 8 minutes left or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Wrap it up.
Yo, if you were, and we're like taking a hard
That's okay.
pivot.
That's
It's
all
like a
right.
hard pivot.
That's okay.
Um, I was thinking about this morning.
Uh-huh.
If we were drafting our all-time NBA team,
Hmm.
so this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You can have first pick.
Okay. So
So
we're
we'll
we're
go.
just
We're just drafting our
Okay.
starting. No, let's
Starting
draft
5?
starting five with three on the bench.
Okay.
So who would your
Um,
first pick be, and
I
why?
I would like Michael Jordan because he's the GOAT.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You take Jordan. Jordan is your shooting guard, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to take the one who resembles him the most.
Okay.
Kobe Bean
Okay.
Bryant
Thank you.
at my two guard.
I'm
You know,
glad
I
you
was gonna say
said yeah.
somebody
Okay.
else.
Not today.
I'll take
Please.
Kobe.
Please
I'll
not
take
today.
Kobe at my
Okay.
two. Who you got at your who's your second
Um,
pick?
after Mike, I play Shaq at the 5.
Gosh, I knew
Yeah.
you was gonna say Shaq.
Yeah, I'll take Shaq at the 5.
You take Shaq at the five. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take Steph Curry at my one.
It's a good pick.
Yeah,
That's a good pick. Um, I'm gonna take LeBron, but I'm gonna play him at the 1. So
that's
he's
not
gonna
fair.
be.
No, no, no,
I
no. You got to
can't.
play the man at his position.
Okay. All right.
No,
Why can I do that?
you know it's crazy because when I used to play 2K back in like the early 2000s,
Yeah.
I would have like Hakeem Olajuwon small
Sure.
forward, David Robinson at the power forward,
Yeah.
and Shaq at center, just dominating cats. Like yo,
It's my starting 5.
no
Okay.
man,
All right. So
position. Stay
that
true
may
to the
that
position.
may change my pick. Actually, no. I'll still
You take
keep LeBron.
LeBron.
Yeah, I'll keep LeBron.
So
He'll play at 3.
you got Jordan,
Jordan, LeBron,
LeBron.
Shaq.
Yeah, that's a great team, man.
It is.
Good
Yeah.
night. All
You
right,
might
so
be
I
right.
got no wait. So I'm gonna take because I was gonna take Shaq number two. You took him
Mhm.
first.
Sorry. I thought
Ah,
you were going. Well, I don't want to give you a pick.
yeah, I'm disappointed.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
How do I handle my disappointment? All right,
Yeah.
all right. So I got Steph. I got Cole. I'm gonna take Kevin Durant at the three.
I knew you were gonna go there
Yeah,
because that's
take
where I
Kevin
was
Durant.
going. All right, you got Kevin Durant. So you have Steph,
hmm
Kobe, Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. Yeah,
That's not bad.
that's not a bad team.
I feel like I need some shooting.
You do,
Yeah,
because LeBron.
yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying,
I
he's a
need
great
some
player.
shooting. Um, gosh, who would I have at the 4 or the
You
1?
need a point guard too.
I do. Man, at the 1, you know what? Then this may be maybe not. Maybe most people wouldn't take this guy, but give me Dame.
I knew you were going there.
Yeah, I need
I
I
knew.
need
That's
somebody to shoot that
that's
thing.
that's. So
So
you got Dame, Jordan, LeBron,
yeah,
and Shaq.
yeah,
Good night. All
yeah.
right, so when we get to the bench, I got to pick two.
That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, because
that's
you just killing
that's
me, right? You
fine.
killing me.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna take. I got
That's
Steph. I got Cole. I got Durant. I'm gonna go with the best power forward that's ever played the game,
who's that?
Tim Duncan.
Okay. I
I'm
was
gonna
going to
take
go
Timmy.
10, but
I'm
I
gonna take
need
Tim Duncan.
um
No, who you got at the four?
at the 4, gosh. Hmm. Again, I need a
It's,
4 that's going to stretch the floor.
ooh, I got one
Um
for you.
I want to go with this guy, but I'm
I know you're gonna pick.
do you?
I do.
Who?
I know who I would pick.
Oh, okay. I'll take Dirk.
That's
Dirk,
I knew you was
really?
gonna pick Dirk.
Really?
I said Dirk. That's a
Yeah,
good squad. So you
I
got
need Dirk at the 5.
Dame, Jordan, LeBron,
Bron, Dirk,
Dirk, and
Shaq.
Shaq. Good night.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take it my center. You know what I'm taking?
I have an idea.
Okay, I
Yeah.
think this man he was dominant.
Hmm.
He also got moves, great
Yeah.
footwork.
Yeah.
People go to him
Yep.
for training.
That's what I thought.
Hakeem the Dream.
That's what I thought. That's
I
what I
take
thought you were gonna
Elijah.
pick in the starting 5 when I picked Shaq because he used to give them problems.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I had him in my head after you picked
Yeah.
Shaq.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so
So you got another one.
I can
Yeah.
pick two.
You got another one. Yeah.
Can I pick two bench and then
Yeah.
you
So that
sure?
was your first one, right?
No,
Oh,
he's
that
my
was the
starter.
last. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you got two bench players.
All right, so first I'm gonna take probably one of the greatest scorers of all time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's top 15 now. He's retired.
He is.
He has a son who plays ball.
He does. Yeah.
He goes by the name of Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo. I like that.
Yes,
I like that.
yes.
That's good. Bench automatic offense.
All right
Yeah.
away,
I think that's good.
right away.
Um, I really like my team, but again, I want us to be able to have some shooting.
Hmm. Please
Um,
don't take him.
oh wait,
Please.
no, you said two, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yes, I did say
go ahead,
two.
go ahead.
I'm going to take Luca Doncic.
Really?
I'm
I
gonna take
wasn't
Luca.
expecting that.
I know you wasn't,
I wasn't expecting that.
but he can shoot
He can.
and he can facilitate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take I would like Clay Thompson to come off the bench.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
I
good.
want
That's
I need
good.
Clay to come
That's
off.
good. That's a
I
good one.
need I
All
need
right.
Clay to come off the bench.
All right. And for my last pick off the bench, that's a tough one, man.
Hmm,
It's not. I need another shooter.
okay.
Give me Larry Bird.
I was gonna go Larry.
Give me Larry Bird.
I was gonna go Larry. I need a crazy person on my team.
Dennis Rodman.
Every team needs a just somebody who, when he steps on the floor, you're not sure
Oh my
what's going to
gosh.
happen. Not Dennis Rodman. I want Ron Artest. Meta world
Wow.
peace.
That's a good pick.
I want meta world peace. Yeah.
So who do you think in the 7-game series who will win?
Um, I don't think. Wait, I got one more bench. I think because I said Clay,
Oh, you
Meta.
do? Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Oh gosh.
and then, gosh, who else would I? I don't know what else I need. Hmm. You know who I'll have come off the bench?
So who me? I didn't
I,
play in the league though.
that I wasn't going to say that. Yeah. I wasn't going to say that. I need another big. I want Anthony Davis to come off the bench. I want Anthony
Ooh,
Davis.
that's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick.
But no, I think your team would. I mean, I think my team would win,
Of course, because you picked the team.
but I think it would be a,
Like
a
you go
nice
position
series.
by position. So I
Your
got
point
I
guard
got
is.
Steph.
I would say Steph is better than Dame.
All right, then I got Kobe.
I would say Jordan.
I got KD.
I would say LeBron is better than KD.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
Really?
I would.
In what way?
I think LeBron is. Um, he's an all-around player. I
I don't
think he
need all
makes his
around player.
teammates. But in the setting of this, I think that's
What
important.
playing 1-on-1 KD versus LeBron?
But that's not.
I'm just asking a question.
But that's
I'm just asking one
KD is a
question.
better one-on-one player than LeBron. But we're talking in the team context. I think it looks different.
Who's your four? Oh, you got Dirk,
Dirk, yeah,
and I have I got
Tim,
Timmy.
yeah.
Who'd you take over?
I would take Tim,
So right now
and
I
then
have
I would take
three.
Shaq.
You would
Over
take
Tim.
Shaq, but you said Hakeem gave him problems.
But Shaq is Shaq.
Yeah.
He gave Orlando Shaq problems. I don't know if he would
Yes.
do it with Lakers Shaq, but yeah,
That's a good team. I think your team will win only because you got Jordan.
yeah.
And honestly, nobody else getting the ball.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I think LeBron can
LeBron could do
facilitate.
he could.
Dame got to just spot up. Dirk, some post touches. Shaq is Shaq. Yeah,
That's a good team.
yeah,
I would love to see. I would love to see like in different eras they talk about like the era was harder or
yeah, yeah.
more physical. I would love to see like what it would look like now.
Hmm.
Like the 90s players play the 2000 play.
I
Because
think
right now you just can't
yeah.
you
I
can't
think
say
Jordan would average 40.
40 points.
Yeah, I would do
I
that.
think Carmelo would average like 50 right now.
Carmelo was playing a few years ago. On that note, man.
All right, yo. Look, man, thanks for tuning in. The Lions Den, man. We'll be back. Check it out.